Welcome to Martini Time and Merry Christmas. Happy Holidays. Happy Christmas. Merry Holidays. Let's mix it up. So, last night I watched my daughter gave me the DVD of The Force Awakens because we had just seen the Last Jedi, and it was like reading the second half of a book first. So that was really completed the two movies for me, and I was so excited. Now I know what happened to Han Solo. But anyway, so the movie still continues to perk inside like a Mr. Coffee. And some of the essential themes of the Star Wars keeps revealing itself as the great American epic, like the Ramayana and the Mahabharata and the Dante's Inferno and Homer's Iliad and the Odyssey and King Arthur's Knights of the Round Table and the medieval capture of the unicorn. And all societies, civilizations have a great epic, and this is ours. And so we should look at it that way, as it presents the essential themes of our culture and gives us an orientation, particularly for the Generation X that has my daughter and their son. They were in their preteens, 8, 9, 10 when Star Wars first came out. And now they're still watching Star Wars and still catching up with it and still being enthralled by it. So you have to look at this epic as being a framework for generations that give us an orientation and a spiritual compass and a purpose and a meaning and to our soul, because the world's crazy. You can't get in alignment with the world because the world is nuts. It's a roller coaster. It's going this way and that way, and everybody's selling a different way. Everybody's saying, I know the way. No, I know the way. Go this way, go that way. And you go that way, it doesn't work out. And you go that way, it doesn't work out. None of the roads work out. What can you get in alignment with, you see? So the Star Wars is all about getting in alignment with the Force, you see, which is just a name for the Dharma. Or if you want to put it in a religious context, and with the will of God, But it doesn't come from a scripture. It comes from within. So this whole idea of getting in alignment with the Force within, you see. And so it's a very mysterious force. And so if you want, in spiritual traditions that exist today, it's comparable to, or for me, it's the same thing as the Dharma. Or if you want to put it in Chinese context, the Tao. So if you want to study the Force, get the Tao Te Ching. Just let me read you this and tell me if this doesn't sound like Yoda. Tell me if this doesn't sound like Obi-Wan Kenobi. When people see some things as beautiful, others things become ugly. When people see some things as good, other things become bad. Being and not being create each other. Difficult and easy support each other. Long and short define each other. High and low depend on each other. Before and after follow each other. Therefore the Master acts without doing anything and teaches without saying anything. Things arise and she lets them come. Things disappear and she lets them go. She has but doesn't possess. Acts but doesn't expect. When her work is done, she forgets it. That is why it lasts forever. Now, if that isn't the teaching of Yoda and Obi-Wan Kenobi, nothing is. So you can really see the connection there in this mysterious force, and how to get in alignment with it. Because in the world we live in, the world of which is equivalent to the evil empire, or the first order. You see, this is the world that is divided into good and evil. So you see, in the world, everything comes as pairs of opposites. You see, everything is opposites. Up, down, in, out, hot, cold, good, bad. Everything has its opposites. So no matter what you choose, the opposite follows you. No matter what you choose, the opposite haunts you. So a good example of practicing Dharma, just a mundane example, was the doorknob Dharma. So, now what's the doorknob Dharma? Well, I live in a everyday, mundane, retired world. I don't go anywhere. Going to Walmart's a big thing. And if I really want to have a big adventure, I go to Costco. So it's a very mundane, everyday. But I find the richness of the Force here. The Dharma is here. And I take joy in discovering it in simple ways. So one way I discovered the Dharma, or got in alignment with the Dharma, let's put it that way, in alignment with the Force, was that my sister-in-law sent, and we have a door. We have old doors. The house is 100 years old, and they're old doorknobs, and she sent a modern doorknob because she wanted us to have a doorknob in our bathroom. Didn't have a doorknob, so she sent one. And she said, I'll pay to have it installed. But I didn't. And my wife said, no, we'll do it. We'll do that. We'll put that sucker in, And I knew right away that this was not a good thing. So I couldn't, because we would have to cut that door up to make that thing fit. Fit, damn it, fit. And then I could see myself having to go buy a new door. And then you would have a doorknob that didn't look like the rest of the doorknobs. But anyway, so it was, I couldn't either way, up or down, in or out, hard or soft, you see. I was damned if I did and damned if I don't. Where's the alignment there, you see? Where's the alignment when no matter what you do, you're screwed? Where's the alignment with choice, you see? So for about a day, I stewed in this. I was oscillating, I knew I was going to have to help cut that thing up. And I knew that if I did, I was going to get into a snit with my wife because I would want to do it one way and she'd want to do it another way. And so then I would be passive aggressive and her way would always be better. And it would end up to being just a disaster. And like I said, I could see myself having to buy a new door. And then we would have to buy a new frame because the door wouldn't fit. So, But anyway, so the Force came in. I'll buy a proper doorknob. And I thought I would have to go to an antique store. Where do they have proper doorknobs for a 100-year-old house? Big, long, the brass thing like that. So I couldn't find one in town. And a fellow said, the hardware store, go to the internet. And the internet was selling them for $80. And antiques, And so I called up a friend of mine at Lowe's. And, oh, yeah, we got them here. And they also said those modern doorknobs won't fit in these old doors. So I went there and I bought this doorknob, and I gave it to my wife in a box for Christmas. She got a big joke out of it. Really great. She was relieved because she didn't have to put that thing in, and have me squawking and fighting all the way. You see, so it was a win-win. So when you get in alignment with the Dharma, everybody wins, because the Dharma restores unity. The Force restores balance. Just like in Avatar. You have the either side, the sky people or the Navi, and Jake Sully's caught between the two. Choose one, you're screwed. Choose the other, you're screwed. What do I do? So he creates himself by merging the two, and he wakes up at the end of Avatar, and he doesn't know we don't know who he is. He knows, but we don't know, because it was a new creation. So a single idea, being in alignment with the Dharma, with the Force, is the creation of an idea that unifies the opposites. So I saw the idea of getting the proper doorknob, and it unified the opposites. I didn't have to do a project that was going to fail, and I didn't have to avoid the project. Win-win. And that always makes you feel good. That is the Force in mundane, everyday terms. And it's available to us all. It's available to us all. So be a Jedi Knight. Thanks for dropping in.